find some good spots before then. I just made it out of the woods a little bit ago, and it's really coming down now. Made it all the way back where I wanted to go, and picked up a nice buck when I got back there. Nothing real big, but other than that, there just wasn't a whole lot of sign back there or anything, and so I ended up not hanging the camera. But it's a spot we might go back to later. I don't know. It just wasn't quite what I thought it was going to look like. Alright, so we're heading back in to do some scouting. It's about 70 degrees out now. A little warm today. But just went to Walmart and picked up some cameras, and we're gonna put some boots on the ground, see if we can't find out where some of these deer are. We're gonna pretty much try to hang a bunch of cameras next day or two, do a bunch of scouting, and then be ready to hunt by Friday. Be ready to hunt hard by Friday. Might just hunt early mornings and evenings this week. Once we get a couple buck on camera that we want to go after, then we'll kind of focus on doing some of the hunting. So yeah, we're gonna go back here and throw a couple up and see if we can get some pictures. This Walmart special here, Bushnell Spot On logo, low glow combo, sponsored by Bushnell. Come on. They include free batteries and a free SD card. Alright, so I made it back here a little over about a quarter now, and it's pretty vast back here. Looks pretty easy to pick apart on maps until you get in here. It's much bigger than what it looks like. The deer track going for the water. It's really dry right now, so I think what we might do is try to find some of these creeks that have a little bit of water in yet, and see if we can't find some buck tracks either crossing or coming to like water holes like this one, and at least let us know we're in the right area. But finally starting to see some deer signs. Just had a little buck. Looked up the trail, was a little buck under this tree up here. So it's getting dark. So got a mile and a half out. Looking rub. Feels like I'm just getting into the good stuff now, but I could hopefully find a scrape or something be nice. Well, it's past dark. I'm still stuck up on this ridge, trying to find a place to hang this camera, but I did find a scrape finally. It was a spot I was anyway going to hang the camera. I was getting tired of it, so I was just going to hang it out in this clearing. I looked there with the scrape here, and I also kicked up a deer here. Alright, so it's about 9:30 now, and sitting up here watching over all this bottom and that hillside there. Seen a couple deer down below me here, and then yeah, I think I've seen like 4 since I sat here, and I've seen a couple on the way in too. So didn't see any buck, but definitely figured out where some of the deer are. Seem to be down these bottoms, feeding back and on these ridges here. But we're gonna get up. I'm gonna go scout a couple areas for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna push on back in. It's one spot I really want to check out, and then I'm gonna check out a couple of these little draws that kind of shoot back off these big grass fields. Came up on a food plot with 2 doe in it. So me and Drew were driving around this morning. It was raining, doing some scouting from the road, and came across this spot. Kind of like it's a little pinch connecting two big tracts of woods, creek bottom with some trees in it. So we'll go back there, see what we can find, see if we find any sign, and probably just be a quick trip, but go see what we can get. Probably the same buck. It's tore up. What do you have to say about this spot? It's looking pretty darn good. More rubs. I don't want to rub it into anybody, but y'all should be here on. Got a real nice 9.25 yards. And I looked over and he was at like 50 yards. He's just feeding on acorns. He's at 35 yards now. Alright, so November 11th. Around 2:15 now. I just set up here about an hour ago. I was about 130 yards from here this morning, and I just moved back a little further for tonight. So this is where I wanted to be this morning, but I couldn't. The wind wouldn't quite work for it, so I decided to just hunt out there this morning. Ended up seeing a nice 9-point and a spike. And they actually headed right back here. I think that it came right through this bottom here after they left. But pretty high hopes for tonight. Had a really big buck, probably 60, 70 yards, come right through this bottom, and he went up on that ridge. I tried to grunt to him, but my grunt to was froze up. I finally got it to go a little bit, and then I hit it pretty hard. He was just going out of sight. He stopped, but I couldn't really see his reaction or anything. And at last I seen him, he kept walking up through. That was a big buck. The shakes. Deer feeding up in the hillside. At 4:30, I seen a doe come through. Or a bum buck, not sure what it was, but as she was coming through, I looked back and seen a shooter buck come off that ridge and start feeding at 70 yards. I was watching him and another buck showed up, a pretty nice 8 or 9 point, smaller. And he was with him. Those two were feeding. And soon a third buck showed up, another shooter. And those 3 buck stayed at 70 yards. And just fed their way off. I don't think they're real far right now, but they're not interested in any does, I don't think. Just had 3 doe come through 10 yards from the stand just now. And they just moved off. It's 5 o'clock. That was in 30 minutes. I seen 7 deer, 3 buck. Sorry, bud. Buck down, baby. 15 yards. Let's go. It's 8:06. November 19th, Saturday morning. Last day of the hunt. 15 yards. It's the first time that I hunted up in here. The camera that I was getting pictures of, a couple real nice buck in here, is about 50 yards from here. It's sort of shaking. I was on the outskirts of this, around this camera all week, like not really getting closer than 200 yards or so. Mostly because when I scouted, I came in, I scouted in as far as the camera, and I didn't know what all this terrain back here looked like. And I also was a little scared of swirling winds because there's a bottom right below me. But this morning when I came in here, first day of gun season down here, so when I came in today, I figured I'd sit up high here where I can see a good ways. Seen this morning was a bunch of yotes. I mean, they were everywhere they came. I had them at like 15, 20 yards running this ridge out. And thought I heard something across the creek there. And I was hearing the squirrels all morning. I was like, it's probably just a squirrel. But I kept listening. I was pretty sure it was deer after a while. He crossed that creek bed, just worked his way right up. I mean, he was gonna walk right under my tree, but he was at probably 15 yards when I shot him. 30 now. Shot this buck at 8:15, I think, this morning, and gonna head down, check him out, and then we're gonna make the hike out and meet the boys. They're coming. They were gonna hunt about 10 in Kansas, and they went to come back and help bring him out. So I'm gonna go out, grab some bags, quarter them out, and meet the boys, and we'll come back in. I think the reason I wasn't seeing many deer is my wind was always swirling down there. So that's why I came up here on this top this morning, to get a more consistent wind. And I wanted to be somewhere close to that camera to. Earlier we had just been trying to out feather and hoping they'd cruise by, but it wasn't working. But paid off this morning. Got much more consistent wind up here, so did see a couple more deer when I was sitting too. Oh, forgot about the yote. Shot this coyote when I was sitting there in the shame of Minna and Drew. After I shot the buck. Check this guy out. There he is. Nice curl on his brow there. So he came right across this creek here, and up this track. I heard him walking in somewhere over there. When I first seen him, I think he was right on this edge. He crossed a dry spot in the creek there. Came up here, and I was sitting in that tree in the back there, about 20 yards down here. We got a lot of work to do with this guy yet. I think the boys are gonna come down from, I think they were gonna hunt to about 10 in Kansas, and then I'm just gonna meet him out there. I'm gonna hike back in and pack him out, come back in and pack him out. So I gotta get out there, meet them guys, and then get to work on them. Alright, so we're heading in to grab my buck. Shot it this morning, about 2 miles back. We got to hoof it up the river and hoof it back there. It got a little late on us. It's about 4:30 now. We've got an hour and a half to dark, and it's going to take us about that to get back there, so we'll be probably quartering out in the dark. But we'll get back there, jump in the canoe, and get to hiking. So see you back there.
Let's go.
Around it with your...
Oh my.
Oh my, whoa, whoa. Yo,
Hey,
no games.
which way are we going?
That way. There's a big fish in here. About a 4-footer, a gar, that I can usually see on the way out.
So we're not trying to dump, is what we're saying.
he'll eat us alive.
Yeah,
So
he's
definitely
huge.
want to stay afloat here. There's somebody's boat, maybe we're flocking. Came up with a slick system.
So how far are we dragging?
Over to there, 100 yards.
That's perfect.
Anything. Oh, there it is.
You got him? Absolutely. Got one on the board. Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, we're gonna get him, get some pictures, and we gotta get him quartered out and get out of here. It's a lot later than what we wanted it to be. Dad kind of got away from us. It was 2 hours each way to get out and come back in and grab a bite to eat, but definitely a little later than we want it to be, so we'll have to get out of here.